Good morning. In a few weeks, I'm about to go to meet someone that I met online or more than a month ago now, and we were supposed to meet quite a few times, and for a reason or another, we never met. Obviously, nothing happened by accident, and I'm sure that the reason is because the time is not right. When it's right, when it's mature, it's gonna happen. So when I got to know this person, it turns out that she has naturally out-of-body experiences. Now, for who is not familiar with that, it's basically the capability now, consciously or unconsciously, to have your own soul leaving your body and living outside of it. Now, I never had it myself, so obviously I can't say if it's possible or not. I only know what other people told me, that as everything is life, could be true, could be not. Same as our lives. They could be real, they could be not. They could be a dream. It could be everything. It could be just an experiment. It could just be like a dream in somewhere else dream. So now I met a few people in the past that did not have an out-of-body experiences, but they had a near-death experiences. That it's a similar concept, except that in a near-death experience, you die. Your soul leaves your body, and then it comes back. While in an out-of-body experience, the body isn't dead, so still alive, but the soul is capable to leave, wandering around, going out of dimensions, and then back. So, so far, the only people that I heard capable to do it were monks, and then sometimes few ordinary people. So would be the first time for me to meet someone in person that could tell me about their experience having it. So I'm really interested, and we were supposed to meet yesterday, and but something came up on in my job, and I had to cancel it. So I know that everything's it happened for a reason. So there is no accidents and delays, and never delays. Are just the right timing showing up at some point. But I wanted to just talk about this. I just mentioned the fact that I'm going to meet this person, and I'm sure it's going to be very interesting to hear her stories outside the body. Now, the later we spoke, she told me that so she cannot control it. It's not something that happens, when she wants. It it happens like many times, and it was, without she wanted. So it's fascinating, will be fascinating, because would be like what really interests me to know what she what she saw, what she felt, and because I'm sure, because she told me that she had it quite a lot, so I'm sure that have been involved a lot of interesting, I'm sure there are a lot of stories, but I just wanted to talk about it a bit, because everything helps to make us ask questions. Because I will never be tired to say that we needed to ask questions, and especially with the hard time, like what's happening right now, what's really happening right now, in this strange time. That is not strange. We until now most of us never really thought about what was life. We were just listening and following the narrative. And now we can say it's a strange time because so many people are questioning the narrative, are questioning their own existences. And you now can call me conspiracy theorist or crazy, but I'm strongly believe that all is going on in our society right now with viruses, if they're real or not, up to you to decide it. Wars, if they're real or not, up to you to decide it. And all those destructive events, I strongly believe they are all made by design with the purpose to distract and to stop, people from questioning the narrative, because we are now getting a lot of people that are in need to really start to understand what's going on, what is the existence. I say many times to people, talking to people, how since I started to work in the coffee industry, so obviously in customer service, the amount of people, especially in the last, I would say 7-8 years, that came in my shops talking about spirituality, talking about try to understand what is life. And that's the reason why we had a boom of people doing yoga. We have a boom of people doing meditation and so on, because people started to really wake up. And obviously, in the moment you wake up, you start to ask yourself, what is this that I'm calling life? So, as I said, that in the last 7-8 years, I saw and heard so many people asking to themselves those kind of questions. And since all of this started, then it's when all those weird events took place. When, for me, living in UK, from Brexit, and then after Brexit, COVID, and then after COVID, the war, and now after the war, we're still in the war, the climate emergency, and it's all happening one next to another. So, but obviously, there always been distractions in action. So they always created events to distract people, but they always been like scattered, like now and there over the years. But now, like it's all happening like one after another. Now, what I feel is to repress our soul, is to repress our consciousness, to keep us busy from questioning and busy to worry. Because I never seen something like what happened in the last 8 years. Like, I've been in customer service for 20 years, more than 20 years. And all I ever heard from people was the usual things. I went out on the weekend. I'm going there tonight. I'm going to drink there. Maybe, I'm going for a hike. I'm going holiday. It was really, really, really rare for me to hear like people talking about life or what is life, or saying like, oh, I'm doing a retreat or I'm doing a meditation. It was very rare. But the amount of people that in the last 7 years started to talk about that, started to embrace this kind of lifestyle, has been something incredible. Even myself, like, obviously my journey toward try to understand started like a long time ago, but even in my case, I would say that probably the peak, like where really I really started to really needed to understand, it started like 8-9 years ago. So it seems like it's something, at least to me, it seems like something happened globally in those 7, 8, 9 years. And with some sort of like mass awakening, it feels like someone or something or a group of people maybe are trying to push all of this back. And obviously with all what is going on, with all this informations, all this mass fear, with this mass information about, this all those information that is trying to induce, create fears in people. Obviously, what you obtain is that you distract people that if they had time, if they had like easy life, let's make it in this way, if they didn't have things to worry about, they would focus on try to understand life, and consequently, try to start to embrace practice that where they would try to understand what is their own existence. So now, a lot of people are focused about fears of the war, fears of the virus, fears of the wars, and the fears to save money, because I strongly believe the inflation has been created by design. It doesn't exist. Inflation doesn't exist. You can make it, you just put the price up. You can decide to put the price up. So, and all those emergency that are happening, it's all by design to distract people. So now, I'm catching a bit of cold, so I don't want to keep going with the video with with having my nose keep making this annoying sound. But what I'm saying is that what is happening globally is not an accident, and like people like the woman I'm going to meet next month when I'm coming back from being from when I'm coming back from work, because I'm going away for a few weeks for work. Like, they are kind of people that I want you to hear stories so that you can have actually a different narrative that what is being flooded on the news to distract you from what you should really focus about. What is life, why we are here, and how can we make our lives and other people's lives better, because that's what it's all about. All the rest is all created by design to confuse you, distract you, and keep you in a low energy frequency. You can believe me, you cannot believe me, but undeniably, your existence is a mystery. And I don't think your existence is about to work your ass to death, paying taxes and barely arrive at the end of the month and then die. I don't really think that life is this, and you should start to think about it.